What's up, everyone? This is the Toy Enthusiast. I'm Carter, and I wanted to give you a little bit of an overview of the Davidson Defense 7.62 by 39 upper that I got from Delta Team Tactical. And I just wanted to, give you a little bit of my impressions. I was able to take it out today and put a few rounds through it, both suppressed and unsuppressed. Now, the upper itself, it is a 16-inch 7.62 by 39. It's a 1 in 9.45. So nothing too fancy. The gun really is just your basic 16-inch. The only thing I've changed on here is the muzzle device. It came with just like a standard bird cage. So I swapped that out to a Yankee Hill muzzle brake, just so that I could easily run a suppressor on there. I guess I could have gone direct thread, but I just figured it'd be easier to throw a muzzle brake on there so that I could shoot it both unsuppressed and suppressed and kind of be comfortable with, recoil. So, taking it out, I had, I took 100 rounds. I didn't shoot all 100 rounds today. First mag through it, shot really well. All 20 rounds cycled just fine. I was using, I can't remember which mags they were, but I'll put them up on screen if I remember which ones they were. But they cycled really well. They're just plain old metal mags, and it was like a 139 grain, I think, that I was shooting. Just some brass ammo. So after the first mag, I didn't notice any problems with the gun, or I guess with the upper. I did have it on my 18-inch lower, just because I don't have a lower built for this upper at the moment, and so I just stole a lower from one of my other rifles that I have. The lower itself, very basic. It has an H3 Geisley buffer and spring in it, so the rifle overall cycled really well with that buffer, with and without the suppressor. One thing I noticed, it's very similar to 300 Blackout, is 7.62 by 39 is a loud round, especially with a muzzle brake on here, like this one. Having that 3-port muzzle brake, it was a very loud gun to shoot. I was stupid, thought about bringing muffs. I thought I had muffs in my range bag, and turned out I did not, and so I just had like some basic earplugs, nothing too fancy. So I had some ringing in my ears just from the little plugs that I had when I was shooting this without without the suppressor. But overall, it cycled really well. Ejection was really good. It was ejecting like 3:30, 4 o'clock, and was cycling really, really well with that H3 buffer that I was using. So no problems there at all, no issues. I threw the suppressor I was using a Otter Creek Labs Polonium 30 on there, and that suppressor was suppressing the sound really well, as well as it was mitigating that recoil a little bit as well. So that was one really nice thing. The Otter Creek Labs cans all do really, really well. I own a few of them, and they've all been my favorites, just because bang for your buck, I guess. They do what they're supposed to do as far as the suppressor goes. It doesn't leave room for like desiring something else, I guess you could say. So, like I said, the gun cycled really well, both suppressed and unsuppressed. Mostly what I ran was all the same ammo, except for I found one box at a local store that was just some like steel case stuff, like 129, 130 grain steel case stuff, and it ran that stuff just fine too. So no problems with ammunition or magazines, no problem cycling at all. One thing I did notice, or at least my friend noticed it before he went to go shoot it, is the handguard between the upper and the lower receiver. So the point where I guess it mates up together was actually crooked. So You can't tell too bad, but it's a little crooked right here. It's still not on all the way. That's partially because I took the handguard off when I got home, pulled it off, examined what it was looking like, popped the screws out. One thing I was looking at, so it's got that plate right there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's freely moving, which I didn't totally understand, because any gun I've put together that comes with those plates, they don't freely move. You know, the screws start to tighten down, and that plate generally doesn't freely move like that. And then I looked up this handguard on a distributor's website on Sports South, and I realized these handguards are like $30. They're dirt cheap, which makes sense. I mean, this upper alone is like $150 probably. So makes sense, you know, you can't ask for anything crazy, but I noticed that, and the screws, when I got the upper, I did notice before I went out, they weren't tight all the way, and so I did tighten them up a little bit more before we went out today. And then while we were shooting, like I said, my buddy did notice that the handguard was off. It was actually off by a lot. It was off to the left quite a ways, which was a little, I guess, scary. The other thing we noticed on the barrel nut, of course you can't see here, but I'll put an image up on screen, probably towards the top right. There was like scuff marks right here on the barrel nut, so kind of where my finger's at, and then on the bottom of the barrel nut, kind of where I guess the center of the bottom of the handguard is, there was kind of like scrapes or almost like indentations. So that wasn't very impressive, I guess. It's not great to see something like that. So overall, like, for how much you would pay for something like this, I would say I guess it's worth it to pick one of these up. This upper was provided to me by Delta Team Tactical. I didn't have to spend any of my own money. They sent it out to me just to try out and, you know, give my thoughts on it. I wanted to be totally honest. Like, I wasn't hoping for anything crazy. I actually was a little worried that like something would happen, just because I know some 7.62x39 uppers haven't been the best. But you know, some people have had problems with like firing pins or whatever. I didn't have any of those issues so far. I put about 60 rounds through it today, and all of them cycled just fine. But it is sad to see that, you know, a handguard was coming loose, which scared me a little bit, that there might be an issue with like the barrel. So far so good. The barrel looks fine. I was able to examine that a little bit. The bulk carrier group looks fine. I took that apart. Looks fine to me. Little, I guess, side note, this new Holosun that I've been trying out is freaking sweet. I love this new Holosun, and would highly recommend these to anyone. It comes with that, I guess, 163, I believe it is, mount, and then it comes with a low mount. But anyways, if you're in the market and you want something that's super inexpensive that you can just kind of go, you know, blow some ammo on, this Davidson defense upper from Delta Team Tactical works, but you just might want to take it apart and make sure that everything is, I guess, tightened down before you go out, just to make sure that you're safe and ready to go. So that's kind of my short little, I guess, walkthrough on the upper. If you got any questions, please leave them down in the comments. Please leave me a like, comments, subscribe, you know, do all the stuff. Thanks, guys.